Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards. You're watching Lubed Live for February the 21st, 2023. I was going to go off on the Oilers tonight. I got to be honest with you. I was going to go off hardcore on the Oilers. I am going to do a dampered down version because there is still things I'm not very pleased about in this game, and I think most of you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Okay. So first of all, 2 periods, 10 shots on goal. In normal cases, that's unacceptable. When you're playing the 7th place Metro Division team that has their 3 key players out due to injury, and that's Couturier, Ellis, and as of last night, Travis, what's his face? I can't quite think of it at the moment, but you know what I'm talking about. And if it comes, Travis Konecny, okay? So sometimes I get a little stuck on the moment there. But all 3 of those guys were out of the lineup, okay? Now, Tortorella is a good coach. There's no question about it, and they really clogged up the neutral zone quite a bit, but that's where Woodcroft has to figure out a way around that. He has to figure out, okay, let's do a dump and chase. Let's do something. We got the guys with the legs that can obtain those pucks if we play that dump and chase game. Because I think that's one way around it. Now, I'm not an NHL coach by no means, but I think that is one way around that neutral zone trap that Philly was doing. But anyway, I'm going to save the rest for later. That upset me, and I think the Edmonton Oilers also rely way too much on the power play. And going forward, they're going to have to figure out a way to win without just relying on the power play, because I'm already starting to notice it as we're starting to get further down and closer to the deadline and then closer to the end of the season. Refs are already starting to put the whistles in the pocket a little bit more, and we damn well know that they definitely do that in the playoffs. You can't rely, I know Edmonton's got the best power play in the league. You cannot rely on the power play to win you playoff series. I'm telling you that right now. They have to get better 5-on-5. They have to get better defensively. They have to get better goaltending-wise. They have to get better on all 3 of those levels. They just have to, or else they're not going to last very long in the playoffs. Anyway, that's enough of my rant for tonight. I am going to congratulate both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl for getting 800 and 700 points tonight, respectively, on the same play, which is unheard of considering those guys are like twin brothers pretty much. So for them to both do that, way to go. And yes, they got the win tonight. They did it the hard way, but they got the win tonight. They got the 2 points. They are now tied with Seattle, however, still have that wild card spot, and I'll get into that shortly. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get into, I'm going to dive into the next scene here. We'll get into the scoring summary right now, and I'm going to lower that banner, give you some of the news and notes that have been coming around with the Edmonton Oilers. So as far as the scoring summary goes, it started off at 10:01 from Noah Cates. This was assisted by Wade Allison and Nicholas Deslauriers at 10:01. And then Tyson Barrie blasts one on the power play. And this is what I mean, that the Oilers seem to rely on the power play way too much. So he blasts one. It's 1-1 after 1 period. In the second period, there was only 1 goal. It was Owen Tippett from Kevin Hayes and Oli Laxell. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. 2-1 after 2, which, you know, in normal cases is all right. The fact is, after 2 periods, there was only 10 shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers end up achieving more than 21. Their lowest this season was 21, and they had a very good third period. They had 14 shots in the third period, but they were almost peaking to the point of having their lowest point total of the season. And that's why I'm a little bit frustrated with this team tonight. Third period, Leon Draisaitl on the power play. This was his 700th point from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Connor McDavid, which got his 800th point. And then it was Connor McDavid getting his 43rd goal of the year from Leon Draisaitl. And then Connor McDavid flopping one up. This is where it was a power play for the Oilers, and Tortorella also pulled their goalie. He flops one up, and it goes into the net, kind of a Plinko-style goal for the NHL. And there you have it. The Philadelphia Flyers fall to the Edmonton Oilers by a count of 4-2 in a game that was much closer than it should have been. But it is what it is. Oilers now move on to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins and Columbus Blue Jackets. So they're actually heading out on a road trip again. Those games will be 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I believe, on, what is it, Thursday, I believe? Thursday. I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but I'll get around to that pretty soon. Yeah. I wish I could say a lot of good things for the Oilers tonight, but it was a tough one. It was a bit of a tough one to watch. I'm happy the result came through. Happy they got the points. But boy, oh boy, there was times in that game that I was getting pretty frustrated. As far as the standings go, like I said, they still obtained the first wild card position. They have 70 points now, 31, 19, and 8. They are tied with the Seattle Kraken with 70 points, but Seattle has one game in hand with their record at 57 games played. 32, 19, and 6 is their record right now. So they're still in the thick of it. Vegas is only 3 points up, and they're first place in the Pacific Division. So it's still is tight. But like I say, the Oilers have these tough games. They got Boston coming up. They got all sorts of these tough matches. Buffalo. They got some tough ones. And boy, I was worried that they were going to lose this one tonight. Oh, man. Okay, but it's over. What is the next thing? Okay.
The McGillis scores! The Edmonton Oilers have tied the game!
Here are your Edmonton Oilers X Factors for tonight.
Okay, so for the X Factor tonight, I am giving this one both to Connor McDavid and to Leon Draisaitl for achieving their 800th and 700 point respectively, and both having a 3-point night. I think it's only fair to actually honor these guys. Because they're so talented, usually when they have these 3-point nights, I actually give it to the next player that actually got a 2-point night for the first time in months. And I usually don't pay respect to these guys for their offensive prowess as much as I should. But again, they need to work on their defensive side of the game as well. There was a stat that I watched on the Oil stream yesterday that Tom Gazzola mentioned, saying a combined total, if you combine all their points together, they're actually still a -1 or something like that. I don't know the exact details. I'll get it to you for the next episode. But yeah, they're still a -1 combined. And that says a lot about their defensive game, and that needs to improve, even for the top dogs. But tonight, I am going to give them a big applause for getting 800 and 700 point respectfully. They are our big guns, but it shouldn't have been such a dogfight again. I know I keep on rambling on about that, and I do apologize, but it was a little bit disappointing on how they managed to do this game tonight. Okay. So now that takes us to the upcoming schedule. As I mentioned, they take on the Pittsburgh Penguins on Thursday, and then on Saturday they will take on the Blue Jackets. Then they come back home for 3, and then back on the road for a couple. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave it open for questions and comments if you guys have any for tonight. If not, I'm going to do a wrap, and we will head her out for the night, and then see you guys tomorrow night for my Pittsburgh Penguin preview. This is the Crosby-McDavid rematch again. We need more wins, We definitely need more wins. And we will see. Oops, that comment section is wrong. They did not lose. I actually did not change that, so I will take that comment section out. I apologize for that. I did not change that during the third period. I thought they were going to lose this game, so I actually had that one done after the first period. So that is an error on my part. Sorry, guys. They did not lose. They actually won this game, and they won it in the third period. First two periods were definitely not very strong points for them. But anyway, guys, I guess that's it. We are done for tonight, and I will see you guys on Tuesday, or today's Tuesday. I'll see you on tomorrow night to do the preview of the Pittsburgh Penguins game. Other than that, if you're new to this channel, feel free to hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, just a reminder that this is the last few weeks of the Grant Fuhr. Oops, this side. That there, scan that QR code for your chance to win an 8x10 Hall of Fame signed Grant Fuhr picture. And it's actually a nice picture. If you take a look at that particular episode, you'll actually see it. All you have to do is type in the words 3103 in the comments section of that particular video, and you will be automatically entered to win this. This will wrap up on March the 15th, 2023. As always, guys, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated, and we will talk tomorrow. You have a good night.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back